Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night, or whenever it is that you're seeing this video. I'm so glad that you have joined us. Welcome. Welcome home. Welcome to our community, real estate education. This is something that I've been working on for a very long time, and I know for a fact that you are meant to see it. You're meant to be here with me today, and I couldn't be more grateful for your time. So this is an opportunity for you to start a career in real estate. All day, I've been feeling the vibrations of this class. I've been feeling the vibrations of the energy from this room. And I know that we're on the right path. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. There is no doubt about it that there is a reason why we're starting on this day. We're picking up where Dr. Martin Luther King left off with his Poor People's Campaign. We're getting ready to redistribute we're getting ready to oversee, the largest redistribution of wealth in American history, and it starts right now. I couldn't be more excited for you guys to be a part of it, and this is going to be a huge deal. Every war throughout history has been fought over real estate. There's a reason why people look to start careers in real estate. We're going to break it all down for you here today on the introduction to real estate. Now, this course is specifically for Californians, but that being said, we have designed it in a way that Mondays and Fridays will still be beneficial for everybody. We have Stuart Jacobson joining us today, who can help you get licensed in all 50 states. And today is the beginning of a real estate revolution, and it also gives you the opportunity to earn commission as you learn. Now, we all know that not everybody has the luxury of waiting 6 months for a paycheck. Not everybody has an opportunity to take 6 months out of their life and make it happen to start real estate. This is why this is going to be recorded. It's going to be logged. If you can't make it, next class, that's okay. When you guys join the course, go ahead and mute yourselves. We've got a massive amount of people here logging in, and I just want to say welcome to everybody. So I'm very excited to see everybody. So this is an opportunity for you to learn how to earn commission as you learn, which we will officially start on day 5. Don't worry about it if you can't make a course. Don't worry about it if your video is off. None of that stuff is necessarily important. We're going to answer all of your questions at the end of today's course, but I have a lot of stuff to cover today. So you do not have to wait to be licensed to start earning commission in the state of California, which is a huge deal. You can start working as what's called a real estate finder, which means that you can help find and identify people who need to buy and sell real estate. So we're going to break that down, like I said, on day 5 of the program, and then on day 6 of the program when we go over commission bootcamp. So we're going to go over a couple of things here, little housekeeping notes. This is day 1. This class is being translated live in Spanish. We have the comments, or this course is being translated live in Spanish. You can find the link in the Facebook comments for how to log in. If you are already in Zoom, which we have, about, 15, 20 people here in Zoom. Good morning, Timothy. Good morning, Daniela. Good morning, Troy. Good morning, John, Tony, Vicky, Hillary, Fernanda, Michelle, Christella, Christian, Arthur, Linda, another Michelle, Katie. I've got a friend here, Troy McAllister, who I served with in Afghanistan. This is an exciting group. I'm excited to be a part of this group. We've got the chat started, so if you want to go ahead and comment any questions throughout the course of this, we will answer them as we go. Okay, but right now we're going to answer some of them right here at the beginning of class. This class is being translated live into Spanish. Go ahead and click on the bottom of the course if you're logging in on Zoom, and you'll see translations. All you need to do is click on that button and press the Spanish button, and then you'll be able to have this broadcasted live. So this class also is free, so there is no cost to this class. I'm at no point going to ask you for money. Everything, like I said, is free. There will be a course cost for you to get your real estate license that comes along with being enrolled with First Tuesday. That's going to come up later. That will be $102.55, but like I've said before, scholarships are available, so don't let that exclude you from this program. We will broadcast it live every week. It will be on the Our Community page. It will also be stored on YouTube. Like I said, if you want access to the Spanish-speaking curriculum, please log in to the Zoom. And I encourage you to sign up with First Tuesday through CalPaces, which we'll get into later in the curriculum, and use access code 6106 to get all of your course documents if you have not done this already. Once you have signed up with First Tuesday, once you have enrolled, you are in a position to where you can now start working in the Finder program and start earning commission, which we will talk about a little bit later in the program. So today is Monday, and Stuart Jacobson is going to talk about an introduction to real estate, which I'm excited about. I'm going to encourage you to join Real Estate Exam Study Group if you have not already. This is a support group in all 50 states that will help you as you are working towards getting licensed. And then I also encourage you to join Lab Coat Agents, which is hosted by Tristan Ahumada and Nick Baldwin. It is the largest network of real estate agents in the world. There's about 130,000 plus. Nick will be joining us later in the program. Commission Bootcamp will be covered next Monday. Every Monday we have a special guest instructor. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we cover the boring stuff, and then on Friday we have guided Socratic discussions, which everyone will be able to participate in. On week 3, we're going to teach you how to prospect. Christian Stone is going to be joining us live. He's going to tell you about how to cold call, and then Melissa Huck will be teaching you about open houses. After Melissa teaches you about open houses, Susan Ebert will teach you how to door knock, and all 3 of these things will happen in 1 week and will help you to find and identify people who need to buy and sell real estate so that you can then refer them out and receive that 25% commission, and we'll outline all the details of that later. Week 4, we're going to discuss modern technology with Nick Baldwin. Nick Baldwin is, he wrote the Introduction to Zen Business, which is the book that I wrote, which is available on Amazon. He also is the moderator, admin of Lab Coat Agents, the largest network of real estate agents in the world, and he's an awesome dude. He's with Keller Williams. He's going to teach you about how you could benefit from using artificial technology in your business. And then Ricardo Acevedo is going to join us on week 5 of the program as the special guest instructor to teach you about branding, lifestyle branding. You cannot drive down the 1591 or 215 freeway without seeing this man's billboards. It's an honor to have him join us. And then Leslie Hill, my transaction coordinator, who is a wonderful TC. She rides Harley Davidsons. She spends the day on her computer listening to metal and all sorts of rock and roll music, and she makes over $100,000 a year as a transaction coordinator. If you are a high D, like I am, or a high I, you need to hire someone like Leslie in order to manage your paperwork, or you will go crazy and burn out and quit immediately. That's going to be like your first hire, ASAP immediately. And then Brino is going to join us as a special guest instructor to talk about the perfect schedule in week 7. You can follow him on Real Estate Rockstars. He's got a great podcast and an excellent an excellent group as well. Greg Fowler is the president and owner of Lion Bolt Media. He's going to talk to you guys about creating media presence, and he's also going to give you access to a 7-week course for the last 7 weeks of the program, which is going to discuss how you can create media presence. Kim Steele, with the team lead of Kim Steele and Associates, is going to deliver a course on running a real estate team, and I'm very excited to learn from Kim. She runs a massive team. Darren Campbell, one of my mentors, somebody that is just an all-around genius with a huge heart. He has personally sold over $4 billion in real estate. If you want to learn what being self-made looks like, this man now lives 36 steps from Venice Beach. He's an awesome guy. We're going to set you guys up with a financial planner. We're in talks with a couple of different people. It is tax season, and so some people are not super excited about jumping on and teaching 2 weeks in a row, but that's okay. And then part of this program, week 12, we ask that, and I'm not going to hold you accountable to this. I'm not going to force you to do it, but I encourage you to interview with 3 different brokerages and or teams so that you can decide whether or not, whatever you jumped into this is right for you. Now, if you think that you want to join our community and you want to sign up with, David Serpa or, Amy Serpa or Andres Theorense or Christian Tikis or Denise Lovendahl, I still want you to interview with 3 different brokerages. I don't want this to be a place where you feel like you're being held hostage. I want you to know what all of the opportunities are that are out there, and then make the best decision for you and your family and your business. Shaniqua Badger, she was named one of the top 25 most influential people or black women or something like that. I'm sorry, on LinkedIn. She's an absolute asset to the real estate community. She's a wealth of knowledge. I encourage you, if you're on LinkedIn, to get connected with Shaniqua. If you're on Facebook, to follow her. She's constantly releasing all sorts of great live content about the market or about a new political thing that got released that it requires further breakdown and analyzation. She is a big brain and a huge gift to the real estate industry. Jamie Z. Harris is going to join us in week 14, and she's going to talk about how she helps every single one of their clients donate a portion of her commission to a nonprofit of their choosing. And she brings out these big checks. My wife decided that we're going to start doing this year. We had a huge conversation, and I could not be more grateful to be led in this industry by somebody like Jamie Z. Harris. She inspires me, and I'm excited to have her inspire you guys. And then Rick Jiha is going to teach you guys about building a business plan. Now, this is something that people, again, high I people, if you're taking your DISC assessment, they rail against building a business plan. I hate business plans. I hate daily schedules, but there's a lot of wisdom to it. I'm actually jumping on a Miracle Morning call every morning on Clubhouse at 6 a.m. with David Golden and Rosie Rodriguez. You're welcome to join us if you want to start your day that early. But it's one of those things. It's accountability. It's rough. Putting it down in writing. And then, of course, I'm going to be your daily instructor. I'm not only going to interview all these special guest instructors, help you ask questions with all of these people via Facebook, via Zoom, but I'm also going to walk you through all of the boring, tedious knowledge that is, I'm going to read you right out of the book. It's going to be so boring. It's going to be painstakingly boring. And that's what we're going to do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'll give you a little bit of an analysis as we're going through that. And then on Friday, we're going to have guided Socratic discussions, which means that we're all going to discuss all of the things that we need to discuss in order for you to have a proactive seat and a proactive mind in your business. And then we're going to have homework. I'm going to ask that you turn in your branding. I'm going to teach you how to use Canva. I'm going to require that you put together your Facebook business page or prove me wrong for which social media platform you're going to launch your business on, which is part of this business platform. So there's a lot of really great opportunities for you guys. I could not be more excited looking in the Zoom on the back end at all of the people that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 people joining us for the adult class on Zoom. And then we've got just 4 on Facebook, but that's okay. Nobody on Facebook has an attention span for beans anyway. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump in. Today is Monday, and I'm going to introduce you to your special guest instructor today. His name is Stuart Jacobson. He runs Real Estate Exam Study Group. He is a big heart and a big brain like everybody that's involved in this program. And he has designed this program that is helping people create this huge network that helps people get licensed in all 50 states. He's got all sorts of great mentorship programs and whatnot available. Without further ado, let's see here. I'm going to switch this to my special guest view. And then I'm going to bring my friend onto the show.
Thank you for having me. First and foremost, I want to welcome everyone to day 1 in real estate. I always say that your first day in class is always day 1. That is exactly where you're going to start developing what your path, what your real estate journey is going to be. I've been in the industry for 18 years now, and I always tell my students there's so much more to real estate than just buying and selling. Sometimes sometimes you will go right into that. That's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to buy, you're going to sell, you're going to invest. Okay. You're going to take what we would refer to as the traditional path. 18 years ago, if you had told me that I was going to be sitting here educating people and being one of the top, listen, I'm not puffing my chest out or anything, but I'm one of the most sought after real estate instructors to help people pass their real estate exam in the country. I tutor people in all 50 states. I have one of the largest real estate exam prep study groups in Facebook. So you can find us at Real Estate Exam Study Group on Facebook if you're searching for groups. And it's one of the most supportive, wonderful communities. And David is one of our moderators there. So it's just a really positive experience, because I think that a lot of people feel that when they're taking that real estate journey, they're taking day one, that first step, they feel like they don't have anyone with them. And that was something that I always sought to kind of change. I want to redefine what the real estate journey looks like for so many people. And I think that a lot of people feel like they don't have that support. They don't have that structure. They don't have what they need to become successful in real estate. And also, like I said, figure out what those first couple steps are. So, and I think that's also one of the reasons why I'm leading off with this is because, you know, in many ways, I'm one of those, first people that you're going to interact with as far as your journey is concerned. And I'm someone who's going to help be that guiding light for you to figure out what works for you. Because I will tell you this, I didn't have people like David and a network like, I look at these names, and I mean, you guys didn't see my face when David was rattling off those names, but I am the class clown, the dunce of the group. If you took everybody in that real estate group, and I just sat there and I was just like, wow. I mean, Borino, Nick Baldwin, you're talking some of the best people in the industry. That there are people who are making millions of dollars that wish that they could pick these people's brains for 30 seconds, let alone be able to talk to them when they first get into the business. So what you have here is absolutely phenomenal. And also, guys, if you do have questions, type it into the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And David, just tell me what you have coming along.
There you go. Hey, my brother, I appreciate you leading off. Just like you said, this is one of those things where I was like, well, who is the logical person to be the first human being other than me that they talk to about real estate? And so I really appreciate everything that you do for new agents specifically. And I am happy to be a fellow moderator on your real estate exam study group. I appreciate you're helping both my mom and my sister get licensed right now out in California. And it's a joy. I'm very grateful for you. So anybody who is looking on Facebook, anyone who's watching on Facebook, I encourage you to go ahead and ask whatever questions that you might have. Anybody that is in the chat group watching via Zoom, feel free to ask any questions that you might have for Stuart about getting licensed. But this is what I'm going to ask you, Stuart. So you started in real estate when you were 18 years old. What was that like at the beginning of your career? Just like you said, and then I'm going to kind of piggyback on it. What was it like for you getting started? And what do these guys have set up for them getting started in real estate?
Well, it's a great question. And I think that also the time, the resources, there's a lot of things that make it different, but in the same way, similar. And let me kind of tell you a little bit about what happened with me in regards to my studies and getting ready to get licensed. I was 19. And it was 2003. So real estate was very much so old school. It was traditional. It was, and let's use air quotations, because traditional in 2003, very different than traditional in 2021. So when I first started in real estate, I was looking for someone to mentor me, to help me. And it was very much so an industry that a 19-year-old was out of place in. It was something that everyone was in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They had the silver hair, and they came in there with what looked like a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience. And someone who was 19, it was one of the hardest things to figure out how to make, how to penetrate the market, how to make a living for myself. And now in 2021, a 19-year-old is a trailblazer, someone who's coming in who's young. I mean, they're a trailblazer in the industry. So again, different in regards to my journey, juxtaposing it to what would happen now. But back then, I think one of the things that would relate to everybody getting a license is I didn't have a goal. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a system set up to make me successful. Okay. So what happened was I ran into the problem with, and part of the reason was I was 19 living in my parents' basement and I didn't really have a need. I didn't have a discomfort to change, to do anything. So when I first started, I was happy selling one or two houses, and that created a complacency in me. That created a situation where I wasn't looking to get to that next path, to that next journey. I wasn't pushing myself. And I think that so many of you, if you're looking to make a career in real estate, you have so many tools and resources available to you now that David's giving you, that you should be looking at those, creating a plan for yourself and creating goals that are measurable so that you can figure out what you need to do. So my biggest pitfall when I first started in the business was, again, I didn't have that motivation by design. And there was a lot of things that were going against me because of my age and because of the traditions of the industry. But there's been a lot of things that have changed now. And that gives you an opportunity to really kind of overcome a lot of those obstacles I had.
Awesome. Hey, go ahead and angle that camera down a little bit. Give me a little bit more of your handsome face. Really quick, this career, people underestimate how big of a life-changing experience it can be to get into real estate. I can tell you right now, from my point of view, I got into real estate. I was 28 years old. I was getting out of the Marine Corps with a fused and reconstructed ankle, and I made over $30,000 in my second month in real estate, which was more than I made the year prior getting shot at in Afghanistan. And so there's a lot of people that are in the Zoom crew that are veterans. There's a lot of people who are active duty. I could tell you Stephen Sherrill is a member of our group, and he is an active duty sailor, and he does very well for himself. So we're designing this for people who are unemployed, underemployed, looking to get a new start. Maybe your business was shut down. The number one employer in the state of California was a small business owner. 60% of these small businesses are now shut down permanently. And so real estate is still considered essential. And so what I want to do is I want to help you. I want to welcome you into this career. Knowledge is what is crucial. Knowledge is what is going to empower people. And so we just want to go ahead and spread as much information to you as possible so that you can stay with us, grow your career no matter what path it is that you choose. I'm just grateful that you're here. So I'm going to go ahead and take it to the Zoom really quick to see if we have any new questions with anybody. And right now on Zoom, it was the feedback about getting the microphone figured out, and then everybody can hear you. That's what we're getting right now. Everybody can hear you on Facebook. So that's where we're at. So Stu, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. I want to ask, what would you suggest to somebody who is just now getting started in real estate to get so that they can become successful as soon as they hit the ground running?
It's a great question. And I think that one of the most important things to recognize, someone asked me, the last session we did, one of the questions was, what do you do in your first 30 days in real estate? And that question stuck out to me because I think you loved my answer. And my answer was really simple. Someone said, okay, I get licensed. What do I do my first 30 days? And I said, well, welcome to day one of real estate. There's a lot of things you could do today now to set yourself up for success. You do not have to wait. You do not have to wait to do anything. Guess what? My wife was saying to me this past weekend, she said, we need to go on a diet, as she's shoveling popcorn into her face. I said, well, put the popcorn down. I said to her, here's the thing. I said, we could plan for tomorrow or execute today. And that's the whole thing. And that's something I told to one of my agents. I said to them, why are you sitting here and talking about what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do in the next week, what you're going to do the next day? If you are motivated, if you are driven, then today is day one. When the thought enters your mind, implement and then plan tomorrow. Today is implementation, and tomorrow is the day you could plan today. And then when tomorrow comes, you're planning the next day and you're implementing that day.
So that was all really solid advice, but I definitely know that we've got a couple of other married men in the chat group on Zoom that were laughing and shaking their heads when you said, "Put down the popcorn." I'm pretty sure Tony Martin's married because I saw him laugh when you said, "Put down the popcorn." And I'm telling you, you must have a very solid relationship with your wife. And I met your wife, but like to be able to do that, but that's the truth. So like, you can either have a marriage where you're open to lying with just telling each other what you need to hear, or you can base your marriage in your business partnerships, and it's all really connected in in truth, in a spiritual partnership. I'm going to tell you the truth no matter what, even if you don't want to hear it, even if it gets me in trouble. And now here's the part where I'm gonna, I'm autistic, so I don't have a filter anyway, and it gets me in trouble all the time. So somebody told me once when I was going through this post-traumatic growth seminar, he said, say what you mean what you say, but don't say it mean. And so I definitely think that there's a way to do it. But you have a very honest relationship with your wife, and you said, put down the popcorn. Okay, now one other thing that I want to say. We've got this clubhouse group that we've got going every day. What you said is make immediate changes. Do what you need to do now. Why are you waiting to start, let people know, hey, listen, hey, this is David Serpa. I just want to let you know I just got signed up for a real estate school. I'm now an agent in training, and I want to let you know if you ever know anyone who needs to buy or sell real estate, have them call me, and I'll refer them to somebody that can help them out. Right now, I'm an agent in training. You can legally be paid as a finder once you have signed up for your real estate school. We'll get into the particulars on that. That's actually on the website. So the thing is, you don't have to wait. I don't like when I designed this program, I know what it's like to be a dad and not know where the next paycheck's coming from. And I know what it's like to be a kid growing up or living in a women's shelter during Christmas and looking at mom and not knowing where the next paycheck is coming from. And so I have a great deal of sympathy for people. I have a great deal of empathy for people. And the truth is there are things that you could be doing right now that will start putting you in a situation where you will start being able to feed yourself. And that's what's important. I don't want you to wait 6 months for a paycheck. When I got licensed, the guy told me, he said, hey, listen, I want you to do this 8-week course after you get licensed. That way I know that you know how to do all the paperwork. I said, is that mandatory? Not mandatory, but it's preferred. I said, well, then no, thank you. I want to hold an open house this weekend. And I'll tell you, I opened 7 escrows that month by walking into the office, having no idea what I'm doing, other than going out and talking to people and then saying, hey, I need help writing a contract. So like there are things that you can do absolutely 100% right now. I'm going to go back to the chat group and see if there's anything else in there, Stuart, and I'll give you back the mic for a moment. Okay, let me go ahead and check this chat group here. See where we're at. See where we're at on Facebook. So next week we'll be discussing the commission boot camp, which is going to start running on January 25th, and it's going to run from 10 o'clock on. Amy Serpa, Andre De Arince, and Zach Bach are going to be teaching you about the Finder program, how you can legally start working towards earning commission while you are pursuing your real estate license so that you don't have to wait so long to get paid. That's the goal. That's what's up. And so Amy's going to be joining us. Andres is going to be joining us. Zach is going to be joining us. That's next Monday. Tomorrow we're doing the boring stuff. Right now you've got a few more moments to ask Christian ask Stuart what you might want to ask him about getting started. Again, I encourage you to join Real Estate Exam Study Group for some help with getting licensed. And then I'm going to check the Facebook chat here really quick now to see where we're at. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, then what I'm going to do is I'm not one of those people that likes to keep people for the sake of keeping them in class. If you guys feel like your brain has had enough after 36 minutes, then that's what we're going to call it. And so that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Stu where people can find you and where they can find your content before I let you go.
Sure. So Real Estate Exam Study Group is the primary way to reach out to me. My website is www.helpmepassmyexam.com. So if you go there, you could also find different ways to reach out to me. I'm always available. I'm always willing to work with anybody who's looking to get some guidance, figure out what they want to do as their next step. And I'm always here to support anyone. So even if you have friends and family across the country who are looking to get licensed or need someone to just use as a soundboard, like what is my first step? Please feel free to reach out to me. I always run on my YouTube channel. I always run how to find a broker, like those starting questions, those basic things that you have when you're starting to get into the business, because that's what I specialize in. I work with thousands and thousands of students every year, getting them licensed across the country. And they range from people from all walks of life. I've had professional baseball players who've gotten injured and have come to me and said, hey, I want to start investing in real estate. I want to get licensed, all the way down to someone who's, like, look, I got to figure out where I'm going to be making money so that I could figure out how to put bread on the table tomorrow. So, and the thing is, real estate looks different for so many people, but what I want you to know is you have a ton of resources here, a lot of people with a lot of big hearts. So David, I thank you for inviting me on. This is absolutely phenomenal. And guys, like I said, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm always available. I'm always open to speak to anybody about and answer any questions you might have. I always say there is absolutely no silly question, because here's the thing. Right now, when you're starting your real estate career and you're starting this journey, you don't know enough to know that it's a bad question, because it might be a really good one. So feel free to always reach out, always ask, and let us talk you through what you need to, so that you feel comfortable knowing that you're making the right decisions for you, your family, and your loved ones. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
That's excellent. Hey, Stuart, I'm going to go ahead and give you the boot, and then we'll go ahead and we'll talk a little bit more as a community. I'll give you some more notes and some more important things. I appreciate you being on with us. Thank you so much, Stuart Jacobson. Not only did you teach the high school students last week, but you stuck around and taught the adults this week. You're the epitome of giving. I appreciate you, my brother, and I love you.
Same back at you. Have a great one. Take care, guys.
See you soon. Okay, so guys, before you leave, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this course and just some important housekeeping tips. So just like we said, this is day one of the program. And in day one, there are some very basic things that we needed to discuss. And let's see here. Let me pull this back up. Here we go. So we talked about earning commission. We talked about this being translated into Spanish. So if you want to log into Zoom, let us know if you need the registration link, and we will give you the link so that you can log on. All you need to do is you click that interpretation button on the lower part of the screen, and you get to choose to listen to this class in Spanish, which is a huge asset, and I really appreciate Andre for being willing to do that. Let's see, just a few more things. Day two will be tomorrow. We'll be officially jumping into all of the really boring things. And then I wanted to tell you one more thing here before we left. Let's see. Oh, here we go. If you would like to read Zen Business, I'm going to get a little shameless here. We've got over 20 people watching on Zoom. We've got 8-9 people watching on Facebook. If you want a little bit more about my philosophy, the way that I look at business, the way that I look at life, the way that I look at religion, like it's all connected one thing, feel free to check out my book. Let's see. I'm like really failing here. This whole like reverse green screen thing. Is it that way? Is my book on that side? There it is. My book. I would be doomed if I ever had to do the weather. Check out Zen Business. That was awful. That was really bad. I'm about to just walk off here. Okay, and then feel free to join us every morning at 6 a.m. If you're an early riser like I am, if you don't really sleep anyway, and you just want to get your morning started with some positivity, David Golden, Rosie Rodriguez, they have a miracle morning. Yesterday, Hal Elrod, the author of Miracle Morning, joined us, and Grant Cardone jumped on at one point. It's become a really big call. A lot of people are starting their days with us, and I encourage you to do the same. If you need a Clubhouse invite, let us know. We'll see what we can do about getting you in there. Okay, so that is today. That is it. At this point, are there any questions from my Zoom homies? I'm going to look at you guys. Any questions, guys? No, everybody's good? Everybody's like, I'm ready to move on with my day. Give me the extra 18 minutes of my life back. We'll see you guys tomorrow for all of the boring stuff. And then any questions on Facebook? Troy McAllister, again, like I said, Semper Fidelis, you're watching right now. Troy Fausti is watching. Tyler Fausti is watching. So I've got Faust and McAllister, both guys that I served in the Marine Corps with that are tuned in today. And I'm really grateful for you guys. I love you guys. I'm grateful for everybody that started their day with me. Next week, this whole week, we're going to finish it out, 9 to 10. We're going to do 1 hour, and we're going to be done with it, Monday through Friday, right? But next week, you have that added benefit of having Commission Bootcamp. The second that I log out, Amy, you want to walk in here real quick? The second that I log out, Amy Serpa is going to log in. Zach is going to be here, or Andres is going to be here, and they're going to start teaching you guys how to start making money right away. Amy is a huge part of the reason why some of you guys are already here. Hey, you want to tell them a little bit about Commission Bootcamp really quick? Give them a 1-minute teaser.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for logging in and taking the class. I am really excited about Commission Bootcamp. I've been working on some partnerships with some big companies regarding lead generation. And then we're also going to break it down in detail about how to launch your business from the bottom. So I'm going to give you guys some sneak tips, some secret special sauce stuff. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about that next week.
All right, awesome. Amy, good job. All right, fantastic. I'm so excited to have this one in the books. You guys are awesome. We're going to go ahead and end this meeting right now. Go ahead and like our Facebook page. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We're going to post a video every single day as you guys are getting licensed. And then feel free to let us know if you need that registration link to get into Zoom so that you can have access to the Spanish translation live. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. All right. Adios, Facebook.